Simon says clap. Simon says clap louder. Clap. Somebody knows what Simon says. Oh my goodness. Before I even get started, I'm going to get these announcements out of the way. Apparently, this restaurant, they own 2 different restaurants here, and they are in a competition that says Vote for River, outdoor dining, hidden gym, waterfront, blah, 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 blah. If you scan this thing, I'm sure they're everywhere on your tables. You can scan the QR and vote for this to get some type of awards. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, he's very serious. He wants the laughter. He said if he does not chuckle 5 times, everybody's dead, so be that. I gotta make this happen. Y'all was a wonderful show yesterday. It was fantastic. It was 7 people here last night. It was just 7. Where was everybody? Where were you all last night? Were you getting ready for the Hartford Marathon? Is that what it was? You knew that, you had to stay up. You definitely love the marathon. That Spelks physique. Yeah, this woman runs for breakfast, lunch, and they're like, babe, what's for dinner? Running. Babe, what's for breakfast? Running. Jogging. That's like 4 meals a day. That's what she does. She just runs. She runs like the president. Now, Trump, you don't look like he runs too much. Runs to the bathroom and he's McDonald's. That's what Matriculate in. Come in slowly, ladies. I'm not going to mess with y'all too much tonight. I said, the dude over there, he looked at me like he would say something, get him on the shoot you. I don't know why I gave him a Mexican accent. I'm just being stereotypical because of mustaches. We have like the ICE agents and like the immigrants at the same team. Jokes! Because we can be in unity, you know what I'm saying? He said after the show over, your ass is going in that white van. It's a bunch of white vans. You got Sons of Anarchy and the Mayans at the same time. So, we're going to get this comedy show started. Bringing up your host of the evening. Clap it up for me, Mo Green. Clap it up, Mo Green. I am the gracious host. Yeah, that's what it's from, but that's not what I never watched it before. No, not at all. I'll tell you. I'll give you the backstory. This lady would like, this woman would like to know the backstory. Maurice is my middle name. And Green is my father's last name. Here's the problem. I have a brother born the same day as me, the same exact hospital. So my dad had 2 women in labor at the same time. So he didn't show up to the hospital, so I got my mother's last name. So the Green is just it's a tribute. It was uneventful. Every time I tell people I never saw The Godfather, you never watched The Godfather? Are you crazy? I'm like, no. Because I love that reaction. That's why I'm never going to watch it ever again in my life. But there's nothing better than that reaction. That's not that. Beautiful audience. So wrap it up yourselves for looking gorgeous. Look familiar. Individuals look eerily familiar. Y'all look like extras for Cheers. Making a way in the world today takes everything you got. You know how you don't know the lyrics, so you mumble a little bit? Would you like to get away? I love this confusion. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Boom, 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 boom. And you're always glad you came. Boom, boom, boom. You want to be where people can see the trouble around me. You want to go where everybody does okay. See, there was a young man, it was a sitcom. Okay, a sitcom is a television show. Okay, a television show. Because they just know streaming, that's all. They just know streaming. I got TikTok, exactly. It's a popular intro to a theme song to a television show. There's some things that we couldn't stream or record things. We'd have to get there at a specific time and watch it. And if we missed it, we couldn't see the episode again until 6 weeks later when they started playing reruns. Rerun is when they repeat a TV show that they haven't played. I was like, we like 17? I mean, it was like in that age. But you too? Brother and sister, definitely. Brother. Oh. Who the twins? Oh, fraternal moms. You think so? He's like, I think so. What's got the blonde? No. You can't pretend like you're him when we see the hair difference. I don't understand why like twins dress exactly the same. What's your identity, man? You guys are different. Yeah. They are. Oh man, got this guy. Make me kind of nervous. You got a bald head with the goatee, very spiritual. You ever hear of this man named Anton LaVey? He started at the church of Satan. I'm not saying you did it. And then you put your hand out like this. Come on, man, don't do this. Now, Sons of Anarchy, you get the minds. Corrupting the young children, the twins. Oh my goodness gracious, what is going on? I want to talk about this. Is everybody familiar with the comedian George Lopez? Like funniest, basically Mexican Dave Chappelle, one of the funniest Mexican comedians of all time. He's a recipient of a kidney, right? His ex-wife gave him a kidney years ago. I think that's one of the most loving things that your partner can do for you at a time of need. That's why I don't think he would give you a kidney if he was sick. He was just like, oh, more hoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But it's just a rare thing. She gives him a kidney. She gave him a kidney, right? Saved his life. And he still cheated on her. That's why they got divorced. You know what I'm saying? He still cheated. Like, you got to be a disgusting, despicable individual to still get cheated on after you give away a kidney. Like, what was this woman doing? She must have been pestilent. He must have been frustrated. You know how you ladies do. As soon as you do something nice for us, you want to throw it all in our face every single time you want something your way. You understand? I could imagine George Lopez was frustrated and stressed out because every time she wanted something from him, she would throw it in his face. She would throw the kidney in his face. Hey, baby, can you cook me breakfast? It's like, hey, I'm still sore from the surgery. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be alive because you have my kidney. Part of me is inside of you, so it's like we cooking breakfast together. It is what it is. So he gets up, frustrated, cooks. Hey! Cooks the breakfast. They have a wonderful meal, and after they're done, she's like, baby, could you wash the dishes for me? He's like, hey, I'm still tired from cooking breakfast, and I'm sore for the surgery. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be alive because you have my kidney. Part of me is inside of you, so it's like we're washing dishes together. It is what it is. So George, he finally gets frustrated because every situation, she's always throwing a kidney in his face. And he winds up doing the most unbelievable thing. He cheats on her in his house, in their bed. And she kicks the door open and she catches him. She's like, baby, how could you do this to me? You're cheating on me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be alive because you gave me your kidney. Part of you is inside of me, so it's like we cheating together. It is what it is. I don't think that's what happened. I'm just, that's what I'm thinking. But I'm stepping up in life. I'm starting to do better in life. Finally, got myself a full-time job. And finally got me some good benefits. We chased comedy for years. I've been doing this 12 years. All across, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So you got to work. You got to do what you got to do. I finally got me some benefits. Got me some life insurance. Hopefully everybody has their life insurance. I don't know why I'm looking at you in particular, but hopefully get yourself some life insurance. You want to take care of your loved ones. I don't like to say the word death, but we're all going to transition to another realm. That's what I like to say eventually. You want to be able to take care of your loved ones. You understand what I'm saying? Take care of all the bills and stuff that you want. And the cool thing about life insurance is, if you've lived like an average, uneventful life, if you're kind of like a dick, if you got a good policy, that's the only thing everybody's going to do. You understand? They're going to forget the fact that you lost your life savings at the casino. Because you're breaking them off with a good policy. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to forget the fact that you slept with your best friend's mother. Because you're breaking them off with a policy. And me, I'm happy I got my life insurance, because before I got my policy, the only thing I was going to leave my family was my PlayStation. And I only got that many games. I got the game that come with the system. A very limited library. And it's the PS4. It's not even a new one. It's the PS4. I just got to step my game up and get the new one. It's ridiculous. Dang, I should go back even further. That's terrible. God, that's like $20 on eBay. Got to step the game up. You have to improve in life. It's all about elevation. That's why for the first time in 10 years, I got myself some new bed covers. I got myself some new sheets. Men don't care about sheets. The only reason why these men care about sheets is because of the women that they're with. If it was not for this beautiful woman, if it was not for this gentleman would ride the sheets until the wheels fell off, man. We do it for the buns. We don't do it because we care. We do it for the ladies, man. But you know, the tariffs is high. We never got the Doge money. Trump lied. This is bull, man. Eggs are very expensive, and I like breakfast more than I like betting. So you know what I had to do? I got my sheets from the Dollar General. And if you know anything about those Dollar General sheets, they got a very low thread count. They're very, very coarse. It's like you laying inside a bowl of shredded meat. You need a pedicure just to get in your bed comfortably. You understand what I'm saying? Because you hop into that shredded wheat bed with them corn chips feet, you're liable to cause a fire. I think that's how all the blazes in Los Angeles got started earlier this year. Some man had some shredded wheat sheets from Dollar General, hop in the bed with no pedicure, have a Hollywood story. It's in the blaze, man. Gotta step the game up in life, man. You can't stay stagnated. You have to step the game up. I've been dating my lady, man, for the past 18 months. For the past 18 months. I don't care what's about it. This is the most faithful I've ever been in 6 months. No, she's Hispanic. My girlfriend's Puerto Rican. She's petite. And she's practicing lawyer. You know what that means? That's a life insurance policy. That's what I'm saying. She wrote me to the will, kicked her sons out, wrote me to the will, man. Love my girl, man. When you're with somebody, you know, for a little bit of time, over a year, you start to learn things about them that kind of bother you. All the idiosyncrasies. We was on the verge of breaking up. I almost had to leave my lady. And she's not very skilled in the domestic area. Like my lady, she doesn't use any fabric softener in the laundry. She uses no fabric softener. Like my clothes are extremely stiff. When I put them on, I feel like a tin man. You know what I'm saying? My clothes are very, very crunchy. It's like, I like my clothes floppily fresh. I'm like, what do you want? Like, you can't. Musty, this doesn't make any sense. This is ridiculous, man. And my lady, is there any black folks in the room? This is going to get them upset. My lady only uses one dryer sheet for 2 loads of clothes. One dryer sheet for 2 loads of clothes. Black people use 7 dryer sheets for 1 pair of drawers, 7 dryer sheets for 1 pair of drawers, and she mixed the colors with whites. I said, this is not the dream that Dr. King had in mind. When it comes to mixing my clothing, I'm very, very racist. I'm like David Duke. All my white beaters were pink. So you pull out my drawers, I'm like the biggest supporter of breast cancer awareness. Getting older, again, I'm not old. Well, I mean, to you, I'm ancient. I'm 46. But it's like that's entry level. That's like you just entering. You just paid the fare to the club. You know what I'm saying? In your 40s, you're paying your fare to being old. In your 50s, you're in the courtroom in the club of being old. You know what I'm saying? In your 60s, you're on the dance floor of being old. In your 70s, you're in your bathroom of being old. In the 80s, you're on the elevator of being old. In your 90s and above, you're in the upper room. I mean, yeah, that's how it feels. That's how it is back then. I don't, like, no, I'm gonna get old, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all gonna get, I don't wanna be like Jimmy Carter old, just being like pushed out in the hospital bed to vote, you know what I mean? Like, you see, he's just like laid on the bed, he's like, I don't want to take anti-LA, take my life from us, sacrifice him to the devil, like, get me the fuck out. I don't want to do that. Older we get, you know, like body parts start popping for no reason. I wake up in the morning, I sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies, it's just snap, crackle, and pop. Sounds start to bother you more, you know? Lights start to seem brighter. You know? At night, it's like as you get older, it's like everybody have their high beams on. It's like, I can tell you, if I feel like you have your high beams on, I'm flicking, turn the high, turn the damn high beams down. But then their lights get even brighter. They didn't have their high beams on. My eyes just getting weaker. That's what it is. I need to go to the doctor. I know nothing about this. I have 20/20 vision. This is 30 years for me, you know what I mean? Like, you stay there, old man. Get very, very old. I'm starting to get really agitated with CVS. CVS is a terrible place, especially in the hood. It's always understaffed. They put everything behind the glass case. They put deodorant behind the glass case. They put toothpaste behind the glass case. They put condoms behind the glass case. And I'm thinking to myself, since when did shoplifters become so sexually responsible? If you're late for work and you gotta take a leak, or if your lady's in labor, never stop at a CVS because you're gonna miss all those things, man. You know, that's how you long receipts, man. The self-checkout never works. And you know, you have to hit that bell to get somebody to open the gate. Boom! Nobody ever comes to the aisle. Boom! Nobody ever comes to the aisle. Why? Because it's a long line at the front with one clerk, and it's always an elderly woman at the front of the line with a Bible long list of coupons, holding up life and trying to get a discount on some Friskies. And this chick don't even got no cat. She just want to feed the birds and the pigeons and the squirrels on the back porch because she heard like ChatGPT say that's like a cheaper way to feed all the stray animals. But like her cat food is like marked up. She's trying to get her a discount. Haggling the poor 60-year-old clerk is probably you. You don't want to be there, but your dad forces you to work. It's like, if you want to get your way, you're not going to get an allowance. You're going to have to go and make her own money. But you have no managerial skills to lower the prices. But the old lady, she don't care. She still has to get her way. She's like, pardon. And aisle 5 says the Friskies are 4 for $5.99. You're trying to charge me $6.99. I need you to mark that down. And I need to make a Western Union to my grandson, Jimmy. I love my Jimmy. He needs the money. We would watch a lot of Charlie Chaplin movies. He didn't believe me when I told him that was my boyfriend. Charlie Chaplin was my boyfriend. I have the Polaroids on the Polaroids on the old school picture. The Polaroids are the proof. I used to date Charlie Chaplin. He had such a beautiful mustache. He inspired Adolf Hitler. Not the fascism, just the facial hair. That's what you're dealing with. When you at a CVS, and you're going to die of a bladder infection, you're going to get fired from your job, your lady going to have a baby on the front seat. All because you decided to stop at CVS. Getting older. I'm 46. Happy I made it. It's a lot of times. Black people don't be living that long. Especially black males. You see, it's only like one of us in here. You understand what I'm saying? This is a mic between diabetes, police brutality, child support, and the COVID vaccine, we are an endangered species. And as you get older, your problems start to change. When I was young, I couldn't wait to get to the club. Now I'm in my mid-40s, I get to the club, I can't wait to go to bed. Happy hour is sleeping time for me. You get strange injuries too when you get older, strange injuries. Like 2 weeks ago, I tore my ACL playing basketball in my dreams, man. I hit the game-winning shot, Curry. Now I gotta take ice baths with my boat baths, using Bengay like it's lotion, going on my date smelling hospital damn fresh. Hospital fresh. When I realized I was getting older, when I realized I really do enjoy the taste of pastrami bread. That's right. For those that don't know, that's an old school sandwich with old school ingredients. It comes with Swiss cheese, Thousand Island, sauerkraut. That's convalescent cuisine. I have it every Thursday at 4 p.m. with a tapioca pudding and a yoo-hoo while watching the Golden Girls. I think Blanche is beautiful, and if they could bring her back to life, I would make her my boo-boo. Because Blanche got that boom, 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 boom. Thank you for being a friend. Help me out now. Travel around the road and, oh, y'all sound beautiful. Your heart is true. You're a give it up for them for trying to have courage for singing. Clap it up for the singers in the background. Clap it up for the Presbyterian Church. The Golden Girls was a sitcom in the 80s about these 4 old people. Blanche was beautiful. She was sexy. That's like my first crush. I was like 6 years old. I was feeling weird down there. Things were starting. There was something about her. She was wearing shawls and being all freaky and having a different boyfriend. She was only, she was only 51 in that show, and they compared her to J.Lo side by side. Somebody's drinking demons blood. What's going on? Anti-LaVey, like, where's these Hollywood people getting this blood to make these people right here? They're really 65 years old each. They're not joking. Blanche was beautiful. She's the reason why I love older women. I'm not talking 10 years older. I'm talking AARP. Because old ladies don't play no games. They iron your suit. Read you a bedtime story, you give you something that was soft, warm, oatmeal, raisin cookies. You've never had cookies until you had grandma's soft, warm, oatmeal, raisin cookies. I want to meet a lady so old, if I get her pregnant by accident, she will give birth to a college graduate. That baby go from maternity to fraternity immediately. Zuma cum baby. Like, my lady's 46 years old, she can still have children, and I'm 46. But you can't mix old sperm with old eggs, because you won't get elderly children. You understand what I'm saying? If I get my girl pregnant and she give birth, the baby gonna come out sounding like Morgan Freeman.
And I was in the womb for 9 long months, and all of a sudden I felt some forceps pulled me out and introduced me to the cruel, cold world.
I want my child to be born with osteoporosis. Now, as far as I know, I don't have any children. Listen, I didn't meet my dad until I was 31 years old. He gave me $200 a handshake. This is the same man that had 2 women in labor at the same time, didn't show up, and I have another brother 6 months younger than me. So it was 3 different men. So it's possible. And my mother's always pressuring me, like, Mo, when you gonna make me some kids? Mo, when you gonna make me some grandkids? I said, when you let me have company past 10 p.m. I can't afford rent and hotels. My mother's a hater, man. And here's the thing, like, my mother recently got saved. My mother recently found Christ, so she's no longer fornicating. She's no longer having sex in the house, so she's not allowed to have sex in the house. Nobody's allowed to have sex in the house. And this is some bull, because my mother doesn't even go to church. My mother sips wine while watching YouTube sermons. You understand what I'm saying? My mother sips wine while watching T.D. Jakes, Tony Evans, and Joe Osteen. And I'm like, Dad, Mom, why is you sipping wine while you watching church? He's like, what you talking about? This is the blood of Christ. This is the from the Bible. This is an Ecclesiastes. This is the Passover. I said, Mom, I understand that. But you're drinking Pinot Grigio. It's the wrong color. And bad enough, it's not even a bottle of Pinot Grigio. It's the box Pinot Grigio. You understand? That Franzia with the plastic bag on the inside, the spit naked on the outside. She gonna run out of wine. Feeling her last about only God can judge. God is my only judge. That's the wine singing sound. That's also another freaky sound. These young kids here, I don't want to go too crazy with. Put the children right in the front, so we have to be good. Oh. I can't promise what that next comment will do. Not trying to put. I do need to have some children, though. You know, I do need to. You know, me and my girl are going to have this elderly baby, possibly. But no, if I have kids, I gotta go to Africa. I have to go to the motherland. I gotta have myself a child with a beautiful African sister. One, you know, the strength of the roots, bring it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of light skinned, like make my jeans darker. But that's not the main reason. You want to know the main reason why I gotta go to Africa and have a child with a beautiful African sister? Because the infomercials in the 80s and the 90s, Sally Struthers told me it only costs 25 cents a day to raise a healthy African black baby, man. That's only $7.50 per month. I can afford that. I pay more for Disney Plus. And I don't even watch it. Just like how I'm not gonna watch that baby. Hey, my dad never watched me. I'm following my father's footsteps, which happen to be not so big because he's only 5'6". He has very little shoes. Now, before I let you go, bring up the headline for the evening. Just pursuing this comedy thing, it took me 12 years in January. And you do like a lot of different odd jobs and things of that nature just to kind of make ends meet, because you want to be flexible whenever you get the call to do these wonderful gigs with these thousands of people. So I used to do like a lot of Instacart, DoorDash, things of that nature. Stay in school, you don't want to flex. It's just YouTube. Get a quit CBS. But no, like I used to like doing Instacart, you know, grocery shopping for folks. But one thing I couldn't stand was the deli. Because it's always old people at the deli holding up life. It's like their club, literally. They're telling their life story between every slice of meat and cheese. This is ridiculous. And you know who's at the front of the line holding it up the most? That same lady that was at CBS. She's like, Pardon, I need a quarter pound of Gouda cheese and a quarter pound of Black Forest ham. I'm gonna make sandwiches, and I need the avocado mayonnaise because it's better for your intestines. Your intestines start to go when you get older, you know. And I remember I have to make a Western Union to my grandson Jimmy. I love my Jimmy. He needs the money. We watched Charlie Chaplin movies. He didn't believe that was light working, but I had the Polaroids to prove it. His mustache was beautiful. He inspired A.L. Hitler, not the fashion, just the fashion. One more. Before I got my beautiful lady, man, I was very brave, man. That's why, okay, you know, Andrew Tate. That's why guys like Andrew Tate. He's like, yeah, Kevin Samuels, those types of dudes. They just have me feeling real, you know, just real bitter. And I had this dating philosophy. You either adore me or ignore me. Nothing in between. If she doesn't love me immediately, it's not going to work. And if you have that type of philosophy, you're not that successful. You're probably going to be single for the rest of your life. You still got to shoot your shot to it. You still got to give it a chance. And that's exactly what I did. One time, like this is before my lady, after a comedy show, I saw this beautiful chocolate sister at the bar, conservative dress, sitting on a martini, and I approached her gingerly and I asked her, I said, man, I think you're gorgeous. And I would love to take you out sometime if that's okay with you. She was like, that's all well and good, but you know, I just gave my life to Christ. I only be dealing with a preacher or a pastor. I said, you'll only be dealing with a preacher? She was like, yup. I said, you're only dealing with a pastor? She was like, yup. I said, well, you know what? You came to the right place. I was looking at you. You was looking real beautiful, like a sexy chocolate Kim Kardashian. I'm gonna take you to breakfast, take you to lunch. I'm gonna take you to dinner. I'm gonna buy you those red shoes, that spaghetti strap dress, that Chanel perfume. The only stipulation, we gotta go to the hotel and have some consummation, but we're not married, so it's really. And if you have a baby, if you get pregnant, I'm gonna catch the Holy Ghost. And then I say ghost, I mean ghost literally, because I'm not gonna be in that child's life. My daddy wasn't there for me, so I'm not gonna be there for that kid. I'm following in my father's footsteps. Yeah, that is my time. I appreciate all single last one of y'all. Before I bring up the comedian of the evening, I have shirts in the back if you're interested. Everybody need more green, whether it's money or me. You can see me in the back. Coming up to the stage, known this gentleman for a long time. He's been doing it for a minute, man. He's been one of my mentors when I started 12 years ago, and he's been doing it longer than I have. Very, very good brother, very, very solid, funny, from the area. Clap it up for the comedy stylist of Darren Rivera.
Go from home. You guys are an exciting crowd. Holy shit. He said it. Last night they had 7 people. When I saw that there were 30 people coming today, I was like, well, they're going to be hot and ready to go. Not so much. This is, I don't know what's